Good googly moogly. This is what happens when I decided to combine my favorite pasta dish with my favorite cut of beef. Oxtail lasagna, baby. Starting off, we're going to give the oxtail a coating of salt and pepper, then give them a dredge in flour. This is going to assist with the thickening of our final sauce. Next, we're going to sear off our oxtail in avocado oil and make sure to get plenty of color on these because it will make a big difference in our final product, both in the taste of the sauce and the oxtail themselves. Next, we're going to go in with our mirepoix, our tomato paste, some gochujang, and make sure to cook this out a little bit before adding in our red wine. And we are going to add a lot of red wine. I also threw in some local apple brandy for additional sweetness and depth. Then we're going to add in our oxtail along with some white miso. Then we're going to try to Tetris in all of our oxtail. I really need a bigger Dutch oven. So this is the start of my official e-begging campaign for Staub to hook me up with a 13-quart cocotte in grenadine. For our herbs, we're using rosemary, thyme, sage, and bay leaf. Then we're going to top off the liquid with some bone broth and stock. This is going in the oven for a low and slow braise for 6 hours at 250 degrees. And would you just look at that? The flavor coming off of this is absolutely phenomenal. And it takes an incredible amount of self-control not to eat this as is. After straining off the braising liquid, we're going to reduce it down to a very thick gelatinous sauce, then add back in our oxtail meat, and this is going to be refrigerated overnight. When you make an oxtail ragu this good, you don't want to half-ass the pasta. So we're going to make a homemade egg yolk pasta with 00 and semolina ramacinata, and we want to make sure our pasta sheets are nice and thin. Go all the way down to the lowest setting. We don't want thick pieces of pasta. We want nice, separated, tender layers. Next, we're going to make our bechamel, and once the bechamel is finished, we're going to add in Parmigiano Reggiano to make it a Mornay, and then we're going to finish off with some fresh grated nutmeg. Next, we're going to go ahead and boil our pasta, and this only takes a couple minutes. Fresh pasta cooks so quickly. Then we're going to go in with our layers of bechamel, then oxtail ragu, and finish with a layer of Parmigiano Reggiano. This is one of those dishes that takes a while. It's a bit tedious. It's kind of like making baklava with all the assembling of the layers, but the payoff is absolutely worth it. When it comes to labor-intensive dishes like this, I like to break the steps up into multiple days. And the great thing about this lasagna in particular is once it's fully assembled, you can refrigerate it overnight, and then the next day, just pop it in the oven at 350 for a half hour or so, and dinner is ready. And you will be left with one of the most phenomenal dishes you have ever eaten in your entire life. It's rich, it's complex, it's unapologetically indulgent, and it may just be the best dish that I have ever made.